All right, Steve. We're on.
Are we on?
Yeah. So no cussing, okay?
None of it.
Yep. I'm just doing some instruction sheets. So hey Blue Table fans, I'm here with BTP Inquiries guy Steve. And that's right. So this is. I don't get shockwaved very often. That's awesome. Um, that's weird. This instruction sheet
BTP
is
after
10 pages long.
hours. Me and Sean are the only ones working right now.
That's right. I mean, really, let's face it, you and I are the ones that, basically keep the whole operation going.
So,
And, like I come here and really, I'm pretty much the one doing the work.
of course you are.
On opposite day.
So, Sean, everybody else, and I won't make this long, but everybody else has got to weigh in on 7th edition but me.
Oh,
And
okay.
I just want to share my quick thoughts.
Okay, I'm ready. I want to hear it.
Not complaining or anything either. I think
Why would you?
Thomas was right. I think they make the game into a more of a casual player's game instead of more of a competitive player's game, which is okay.
Impossible.
I'm saying it's okay. I I think they need to cap the warp charges, um, because unlimited warp charges is just crazy. That's been harped on enough though.
Really?
Uh,
How
yeah,
much? Where's the cap then?
like 15.
Oh, okay.
Because there is that one Zinch list that can get up to like 38 warp charges,
Okay.
and it's ridiculous. And if orcs can really have access to that malefic demon power
Okay.
table, they could also get some high ones out there when warp heads come out.
Okay.
Um, but other than that, I like 7th edition. I think 7th edition has some really unique playstyles. I love the cards, the objective cards.
Oh
Adds
yeah,
a
those things are
whole
crazy.
new strategy to the game. Love it. I think it worked well in fantasy as well, where you have a lot more close combat. Because 40k is always going to be more shooting than close combat. I think those objective cards. I don't know if you've ever played Triumph and Treachery. It's Games Workshop's rules for 3-player battles.
Okay.
It's awesome. We have a copy here at my gaming group, and we play all the time. Orcs and Goblins really hit home in that, though. They're really strong. But those are my thoughts on 7th. I like it. I think GW is going in a great direction with it. Needs some cleanup.
You just said orcs and goblins.
Yeah, that was for the Triumph and Treachery
Oh, okay.
thing.
That's
Orcs and
Warhammer Fantasy.
yeah, I'm sorry,
All
I'm a
right.
fantasy boy. But those just my little tidbit. I think 7th edition is not the worst thing since sliced bread. I think it's going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. No, I'm all for it. You know I'll love it no matter what.
you'll play
Well,
the
in
game.
fact, yeah, I love the direction they're going, and in fact, they already arrived at the absolute maximum, which is play with anything, which is kind of mind
I
blowing.
want to see it. I
Awesome.
haven't seen it yet. I want to see how it works out.
Well, I
Uh,
thought of doing a Ragnarok list where you take the named characters from every single army.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Why not?
Yep.
I'm in.
So like Marnius Calgar, Emotech Stormlord, uh, Mephiston,
Typhus.
Eldrad Ulthuan, yeah, Typhus. Okay, let's keep going.
So so uh,
Goskul Thraka.
so for BTP fans out there who don't know this about Sean, I just recently learned this. It's not bad. It's not bad. But you have to go back way into BTP's YouTube history. I mean, way in the history. Sean used to play War Machine, and he used to do a ton of bat reps in War Machine, Warmahordes, all that.
Okay.
Why haven't you broken out the Retribution army in a while?
Oh yeah, dude.
What happened to that?
Well, okay. So here's the deal. I hear people saying, "Hey, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that," and I
Whatever.
call I call them on bullpucky because everybody's got the same amount of time. Everybody just makes time for what's important to them.
Mhm.
So I can't say I don't have time to play it. So I have to come up with some other explanation. I like doing customer service more than playing War Machine.
Really? I love
Yeah.
War
Well,
Machine.
I love running my company, and you
Really?
know
Get out of
the
here.
day-to-day, you know, ebb and flow of it, and people come. And quite frankly, I'm distracted all day long because people come in, they want to do trade-ins. There's meetings. People have questions. We
Steve's
bought
bugging you.
pizza. Yeah, there's people to Skype, Facebook. So I'm a bit of a social butterfly.
But I don't know. I'm in love with War Machine right now.
Oh, yeah, it's a
It
great game.
I love it so much. I play Troll Bloods for anybody that's curious. I have so much fun with my trolls as we walk across the board and get beaten up all the time. But nonetheless, I will continue to play. And I notice I bug Sean at least 300 times a day. Hey, Sean, can we do this? Hey, Sean,
Yeah.
can we do that?
I think it's great. It's very collaborative.
And Sean's like, Steven, go away. Yes, obviously we can do this.
Yeah.
Steven, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Leave me alone.
All right. So hello, BTP fans. The reason Steve and I were going to do this little Skype chat, probably one of the first one of many, is to. I was hoping that you would tell the average viewer who hasn't used our services before how the process works and what they can expect when they shoot off an email or a phone call to you.
They can expect a horrible retort. I mean, I'm just going to yell at you the entire time.
Oh, don't even say that.
I'm
That's
just kidding.
terrible.
So when you send us an email at projects@bluetablepainting.com, I get the email in my inbox and it goes straight to me. And I will reply normally within about 20 minutes of getting the email. I'm all caught up, guys. I'm ready for your new
It's
emails.
true.
Trust me. Please send me new emails. I get kind of bored during my day. But afterwards, what I would like for you guys is to send me an idea of what project you want to have done. Hey, Steve, I have this really cool Chaos Space Marine army. Awesome. Send me a list of the models that you want to have done, um, any conversion work or special painting that you want done on it, a phone number I can reach you at. That's normally very helpful to me. I always like to talk to my clients over the phone, and I'm available myself for 24/7. I always answer the phone. Um, and just a general idea of what you want the end game to look like, and that way I can help work with you on getting your idea, your dream army done, because that's what we do. We make dreams come true.
It's
Um,
true.
and the email you
We're
immediately get
we're
back.
Christmas.
We're Christmas on an email. And the first email you'll get back from me is normally a hello, and I'll attach the quote, just this full spreadsheet broken out cost by cost of each model, and you could be like, "Oh, Steve, you know what? I really don't need those ten Chaos Space Marines. I just need the Helldrakes." Oh, okay, cool. And I can very easily modify it and change it to what you need. Um, and once we have that done, we take deposits. We do offer payment plans as well to ease the burden on some people. And then we get right to work on your project. We just hired a whole bunch of new artists. I checked it the other day. We're turning out projects like crazy right now. Uh, the days of this old BTP are gone. We're new, streamlined coming in.
We
Um,
do have a lot of talent coming on board,
it's
and
it's pretty
this,
impressive.
to speak frankly about it, this really is the ebb and flow of blue table painting. And indeed, I'd say any commission painting service is you can have surges, and you can also have lulls as well. But mostly for BTP, it's just one ever increasing surge after another.
I agree. I completely
Yeah.
agree with that.
So
Um,
yeah, we're going to bring on at least four new artists, and
wow.
let me tell you, it's been the cream of the crop. Like, we got to pick the best four out of the best 12,
Well, we cleaned
and
house. We were running on I don't want to say a skeleton crew. We were running on a very top shelf crew. So when we bring people onto this crew, I can fully say without a shadow of a doubt that these painters are up to par.
yeah, we're very picky. There's about a 75% washout within the 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks we give as a trial. Like, if we give a trial run to four painters for
One.
like a week, possibly 2 weeks, yeah, we'll get one good painter out of that. And even out of those, Then it switches around to about 80% success rate, and because things come up for people. But right now we've got a lot of hobbyists who they're coming with a lot of love of the game, and they've painted a lot of armies, and they're really just showing us, like, we don't have to build anybody up from just straight, how do I explain this? Just on straight talent, because sometimes you hire just on artistic talent, and or we hire just on artistic talent and technical skill, like someone with a fine arts degree or something like that. And then we teach them the hobby. But now we're getting kind of the best of both worlds in a lot of cases. You've got people that have done art more formally trained, and but they also have some hobby background as well.
I think hobbyists are the best people for our company because I'm a
They
hobbyist.
tend to stick around.
I get up every day so happy to talk to you guys about your projects. Like, I love to talk shop. I will talk shop with you guys on email all day. Trust me. And it really makes us want to do the job. John Feedy, one of our best painters, he loves this hobby so much. He loves painting the projects. Every time I talk to him, he's like, "Oh, check this out." And I'm like, "Oh, this is so cool." So I think BTP is in a really good spot right now, and we can definitely take on a bunch more clients, guys. Send them
Yeah.
to us. I know Lock
Well,
and Load is coming up. Get those projects in, guys.
Steve is really is to do this aspect of the blue table painting process, helping people set up their project, is really something where you got to be ready to be kind of on and off 24/7. And I still wake up at 3 in the morning, because after 8 years, my brain is like, okay, time to Skype with the Australians. I'm like, no, Steve is
Steven's doing
doing
that.
that. And it's like, ding, it's 2 a.m. Guess what, Sean? It's 10 a.m. in the UK. Time to get up and talk to your British clients.
And
I'm
I
like,
guys, I do it. I answer my phone
no.
at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you call me, I will not be angry at you. I will talk to you like it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Call me. I promise.
It's
But you know what?
nuts. Steve is
Let's
awesome.
let's drop some knowledge on him, Sean.
Okay, I'm
We're
ready.
You know what? Because we didn't really get this out here. We are ready to do LEDs, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We have the
Go ahead.
kits now from Powered Plate Gaming. I have personally been talking with Chris Michaels, the co-founder of Powered Plate Games, and we have set up now. We have these LED kits. I actually have a few of them right here next to me. Here's one of the switches, turn on and off. You can hide this in terrain fantastically. Look at that. It's simple on and off, guys. Simple wiring here. Very easy to hide. These light bulbs, excuse me here, well, I have these. I'm going to show it real close to camera. These light bulbs, guys, these things can illuminate a room. We put them inside weapons and guns, which, by the way, we're only doing big monstrous creatures and vehicles right now.
Right.
While we get settled on this, talk to
Really,
Mason.
monstrous creatures?
Yeah, let's put
So
a
I could
red
get
light in the
my
demon,
Tyranid big guys lit up? Is that a
or,
thing?
or
Or
demon
what?
prince flamethrowers.
Wow.
So monstrous creatures and vehicles. That's what we're doing. Wraith Knights. Wraith Knights look so cool
Oh,
illuminated.
yeah.
And you guys can light them up through the base as well. I'm ready to take those inquiries, guys. We have people on staff ready to go, and we haven't really put the advertising out yet for the LEDs. But I wanted to
Oh,
come
we're
out.
doing that now.
Yeah, guys, write me about it. Just inquire about it. Remember, only vehicles and monstrous creatures right now. We will move on to smaller infantry models as we get our hands wet and everything inside there. But I talked to Mason. It's not very hard to do, guys. We can easily do this. The batteries are interchangeable too. The kits are fantastic. You literally could change the batteries out. They have hours upon hours of battery life. It's absolutely incredible. Some of the things. Chris was on Skype and he picked up a Hammerhead, one of the Tau vehicles,
Yeah.
and he showed me he put the light with some fiber optic cable in there. The light was at the back of this long cannon, and it was
Yeah.
shining out through and
Railgun.
putting a focal point. It was
Oh, that's amazing.
amazing.
So wait a minute. It actually would beam out and show where the railgun was pointing?
Yeah, it's almost like you can draw a
Wow.
line of sight with a. It's the power in these things is incredible.
That's awesome. That is
Right?
amazing. Oh, hey, did you know that I'm starting a Tau army?
I did know you're starting a tower.
Yeah, I've got some painters in training right now, so they're not doing client stuff. But I got together, I'm pretty sure, a 2,000 point Tau army,
Riptide?
and
You have a Riptide, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, let me tell you what's in it. It's got 24 fire warriors, 16 pathfinders. It's a mixed army.
Hmm.
Two devilfish, three piranha, four broadsides, two riptides, one of those bombers because they look cool,
So good.
and guy, what else? And what's funny is whenever I think of making an army, I'm imagining playing rich. All I can think of is that big wall of vehicles
Orcs.
and orcs, and just
Good
like,
lord.
oh, what am I gonna do to blow that up? But the Tau, man, they are incredible
You
to
know
shoot.
how to beat
You know
the
the
orcs,
maneuver I
right?
thought of? This is so dirty. This is the dirtiest thing ever.
Uh-oh.
Okay, what you do, because piranhas are fast, um, if I get the first turn, I would
Hmm.
just move all those piranhas up against his wall of vehicles. So even if he blows them up, he can't go anywhere. He's just stuck there.
I actually like that. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
So if you shoot down the piranhas, guess what? Another wave of piranhas comes up.
Cheap in-your-face
And
units.
just literally like, because they're like 4 inches wide, so you leave
Hmm.
like 3 inches between them, so none of those vehicles can get through. The
And it's
boys could
difficult terrain to
disembark.
go over them.
Yeah, well, the boys can't even disembark. There's just so if you had two waves of piranhas, that would be like turn one shoot, orcs can't
Oh
move.
man.
Turn two shoot, orcs can't move. And so it would be like turn 3 or 4 before they even started going forward.
Collecting objectives.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
man.
right because you can't tank shock a vehicle out of the way. You can
But
only
you
shoot it
can
in the shooting phase.
but you can set a Riptide on an objective.
Oh, but you know the way around that. You know the way around that is that you move flat out with your vehicles.
Mm.
You blow up the piranhas, and then you just move flat out with the trucks.
Now, can you move the trucks?
Ah, my grand strategy. Oh, why,
It
why?
helps to talk it out, Sean.
Yeah, it does.
You
Okay, so anyway, listen, I want to tell the fans because we're coming up on 20 minutes, which is really
are we
long
really?
for this. Yeah, I know. Time
Okay.
flies when you're having fun. But I want you guys to tell. I want to tell you guys about Steve. So Steve has been a client of ours. Was first a client for a long time. He set up a lot of commissions. He set up many commissions that were very custom. So he already knew the ins and outs of how BTP works. And he would. I found out later that he would call and Skype and Facebook the artists, and they actually all knew him. And then he came out. He came out for Valhalla in October 2013, right?
We rode in that. We had that hour-long car ride up the
Yeah.
mountain.
Well, and my inquiries guy that was setting up the projects, he put in his notice a week before Valhalla. So like the worst time ever. Meaning, if he had put in his notice when Valhalla started, I would have had a week after, when I got back. But there was a week where I couldn't do anything, really. And then I had Valhalla, and then the day we got back from Valhalla was his last day. So I was like, oh, that timing is just not awesome, because he couldn't train his successor. And so, anyway, so I get to Valhalla. I've got, by the way, I have inquiries person on my vision board, right? And I still have this. I've saved it. I have it like dated, and I wrote down exactly what I wanted out of my inquiries person. One of the big things was that it was a diehard hobbyist. So I get to Valhalla, and there's Steve, and so I don't know what prompted me to do it, but I pitched the idea that Steve would actually not fly home the day that Valhalla was over, that he would actually stay in town for 3 days and get trained down at the studio and see what it was like. And sure enough, he did. And quite frankly, Steve had almost the all-time high of a week for setting up new projects his very first week. And so he and I just sat down, and we just really, really cranked it out. And I've been nothing but pleased the last 8 months. So you're really doing a super job.
Thanks,
It's really great.
Sean. To be honest, guys, when I went out to Valhalla, I didn't even know. Like, I did not come out there thinking I want to work for BTP. I came out thinking I want to play some games, enjoy myself on vacation, and it started in the car ride. We were going up the mountain, and Sean was like, we were playing a game of Wouldn't It Be Great If?
Oh
And
yeah,
Sean said to me, he's like, wouldn't it be great if I found my new inquiries guy on this trip? And we all were like, oh my God, that would be, it'd be amazing.
yeah,
This is what he needed. And I changed my flight while I was up at Valhalla and never looked back.
yeah.
It was steep learning curve. You know what? If I could, my 2 minutes, my personal experience at BTP, it's like family. There is not a person in there that would not give me a bed to sleep in, that wouldn't. Sean himself kept me in his house. He's like, don't stay at a hotel, stay with me. It's family atmosphere. Those guys are fair. They work hard. They love what they do. There's no better company to work for than BTP. And even when the chips are, even when it's hard, even when it struggles and we're in the ebb and flow, we always have a positive attitude. It's never we're not going to do it. It's how do we do it? It's what can we do next? And it's because of you, the guys, the fans. Like, you guys that just keep writing in and making this fun. This hobby is amazing. I love doing it. Um, and the one thing is I wish there was more time in the day. That's that's the one wish I had, is I wish I had more time in the day. Um, and the funniest experience I have from BTP is actually with you guys. I will sit at home all day answering emails. My phone doesn't ring. The second I go to get dinner, the second I go to do like to use the restroom, I'll get 4 phone calls like right away. It's not even funny. It's hilarious. I love you guys so much. Um, and you know what, Sean? I think because of our first interview, we need to do a big special. Do you remember
Oh
the?
wow.
Do you
Okay.
do
Let's
you remember the
think it
special we
through and
ran
all.
where if you did 2,500 points, you got three hundred
Oh
dollars
yeah,
worth of
I can
materials?
cut and paste that in for the rest.
Yeah.
Let's do
You
it
know
through
what?
Saturday.
Sean, I'm making that special happen right now. If you put in your project through Sunday, I'm saying Sunday.
Oh no.
If you
All
get a
right.
project in through Sunday, 2,500 points or more, we'll buy
Yeah.
$300 worth of your materials,
Yeah.
or 300 towards conversion work,
Bonus conversions. Yeah.
or bonus
Yeah.
conversions.
It's the best.
I'm sorry,
It's the
Sean.
best.
You
Gotta
do
do
this
it.
to me all the time on
Okay,
videos. I'm
that's
doing
fine.
it to you.
No, I'll cut and paste the details in the liner notes. We'll do it.
That's what we're doing.
That's
It
great.
it's Steve happening right now. I'm taking over.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Steve, and thanks a lot, BTP fans, for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun.
I'll
Thanks.
see you guys soon. Bye bye.